know the silence and the peace that is the core of our being. I bow to the Divine Indweller residing in each one of you. And I pray that we all know that at the level of consciousness, humanity is one. We are one community, one family, and one being. May the Divine inspire us to realize this truth. And as I begin today's gathering with you, I know and I feel that this is a family gathering. It is not a gathering of foreigners or visitors or aliens. It's a gathering of our own people who breathe the same breath, because we are all connected by the same breath. Today's get together is a gathering to realize that we are all connected by the same breath. Today's get together is not merely a talk which I will give you. Of course, I will tell you a few things. There will be question answers, but above all, today's gathering, today's satsang, I would like to make an experiential one. Experiential, because we have to get out of the dead letter into the living spirit that you all represent. You're not this house of flesh and bone which sleeps, decays and dies. You are immortal consciousness, Lord of the earth and the skies. We have to make this shift. Shift your identity from the corruptible body to the immortal soul. This is the message I bring you. The shift, the paradigm shift. You have to realize that you're not a perishable body, but an everlasting, immortal consciousness. And it is towards this realization that I present to you the practice of the science of Kriya Yoga, which I will discuss and I will tell you about as we go along today's satsang. Now before I begin, I would like to see my audience. Somebody has put off all the lights and just blasted me with the lights. So I cannot see who I'm talking to. I don't know who's made the light arrangements. May I request? There you go. It should be a fair deal, you know. It's not that you are sitting in the dark and... Because I need to see your angelic faces too. All potential angels, potential gods. I can see it because I can look deep. You cannot see yourselves as gods and angels, but I can see yourselves as gods and angels. Because I see with the consciousness and the divine eye. In the day-to-day life, people contact one another and see one another through the eyes of the flesh. But if you look with the eyes of the spirit and a still mind, you will see the dazzling soul, the dazzling consciousness inherent in every one of you. There is so much hope. I do not come here to teach you any religious cult or creed. I come here to unite with you as brothers and sisters and friends, as a community, as a family, and as one being. And when I breathe through your breath, you will realize that my breath is connected to your breath. And therefore, if our breath is connected all together, why should we not, as we breathe the same breath, have the same consciousness, have the same super soul? We are all one. But as much as I may talk, you will understand it intellectually, you will agree to it, and you will be happy that I am saying this, but you will not believe it from the innermost core unless you get the experience. So that is very necessary, and for you to get the experience, please drop all preconceived notions. I forgot to put that notice outside as you entered. Leave all preconceived notions and the negative mind outside the door with your slippers and shoes, and come in clean and pure like a child of 5, ready to learn, ready to experience. I do not know whether they've told you before I came that because today's satsang is experiential, you should drop the mind and open the heart. Let the light and love pour through. Because if you want an experience, then there must be no attitude. Attitude is an aberration of the mind, a twisted mind. So therefore, if you are simple and feel with your head and think with your heart, then all will be well, because you will be well balanced. It's a good idea. I have come to give you this message from the ancient hills and mountains of the Himalayas, that there is an ancient science as old as the hills. It is a lost science. It has nothing got to do with the Seventh-day Adventist or the Jehovah's Witnesses or Christianity or Hinduism or Islam. It has got to do with you. It's got to do with you with a clear mind as you had when you were 2 years of age. But then all these things, these layers of mind came upon you, which were not healthy for the world citizen. We are world citizens and we can't get along with our neighbors. And in my humble understanding, there have been all these denominations and philosophies and ideologies and religions in the world. And I like them all, and I bow to them all, and I respect them all. But our endeavor, and I always ask myself this question, that yes, definitely these great religions are there, but then why have they not been able to bring the people of this earth to live in peaceful coexistence? The observation is that they have not. So therefore I have evolved. It is, I do not know how to put it, there's no I in it, but a certain idea grew in me, not to say that this would be successful or unsuccessful, we don't know, but we can all try it. If human beings were human beings and cut off, stripped themselves of their ideologies and religious trappings and became human beings first, then we could stay together in peaceful coexistence. Therefore, I always said that humanity, if earth peace is to herald the dawn of the new age. We must all realize that humanity is our uniting religion. I said this at the United Nations. I was invited to speak over there. And I said, what saying do you have? What is your soul cry? They don't have any, because they're too busy settling wars in the Middle East and with Syria, and they're torn with all these bickerings and battles and wars. I said, humanity is our uniting religion. Let's make this our breath, our motto. Let's make it our vision. Humanity, our uniting religion. Breath, our uniting prayer. If today I try and force you to say, Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven, give us this day our trespasses and all. So one guy said, no sir, I don't have that prayer. My prayer is better. He'll say, I am Islam, and I say, La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah, La ilaha illallah. The other fellow say, no, I don't like that. I say, Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Jai. No, Hail Mary, full of grace. So we want to have such a prayer where we don't clash with one another. And what is that prayer? Let's simplify it to its ultimate. It's your breath. That's the only thing humanity can do as a religion without stepping on the toes of one another, without offending one another, and without hurting one another's feelings, because you're already breathing. I was educated in an English public school, and we had very fine prayers, and the missionaries left no stone unturned to make us good Catholics or good Christians. I became one. But I was still thirsty for more. So I went to Islam. I studied their ways. I became a Muslim. But that didn't satisfy me. I went to Zoroastrianism, and then went to Christianity. I went to Jehovah's Witnesses. I went to Hinduism. But I was still thirsty. And then I said the path is to find the true nature within, without these religious ideologies or trappings. Let the mind fly free. You see, religare means to bind to one ideology or one philosophy. It's a Greek word meaning religare. Religion, religare, to bind. We don't want to bind, we want to fly. We don't want religion. We want union, yoga. The union with the soul, with the spirit. We want the union with the soul with the spirit. So therefore, I went, and my parents used to tell me, go to the temple and this and that and all. It's very necessary, and God, He gives you your bread and butter, He gives you life, He gives you love. So go to the temple, be holy, be good. I said, that's good, do charities. One day, I didn't go to the temple, and I didn't go for 3 days. God gives me life, but I didn't go for 3 days. But nothing happened. I was still as good as I was, and I didn't die. Then same thing I tried with the mosque. I used to go to the mosque and the dargah. I did a lot of practices of Islam in which I reveled and enjoyed myself. I didn't go to the mosque, the masjid. I didn't do the roza of the Ramadan. Nothing happened. I didn't die. I had Christianity. I didn't go to church for 3 days. God didn't punish me. I didn't die. Then I tried to hold my breath for 3 minutes. I said, and I almost died. So I said, this is my humanity, our uniting religion. Breath is our uniting prayer. Breath is the prayer without which, without praying the breath, I will surely die. And therefore, Kriya Yoga is the science of the breath. It is not Hindu, Christian, Muslim, or any other religious denomination. It is a scientific path of selfing into the self. The answer lies within, dear souls. The answer lies within. No God from anywhere, no teacher, nobody can give you, we can just guide you. But the answer you have to find for yourself. And the answer does not lie in dabbling in the intellectual mind and getting analysis paralysis. The answer lies in stilling the mind, and behind the rough and tumble of the daily mind, you see the still consciousness. So you have to look within. And this is the technique of yoga, which satisfies all your queries. Humanity, our uniting religion, breath, our uniting prayer, and consciousness, our uniting God. This is the saying I told the United Nations, put it up. This should be the motto, the world's motto, because I know we have a very small religion. They say Islam is the biggest, Christianity is the biggest. I say ours is the humblest. So how many people does your religion have? So many, 52 countries, 62 countries. I said we have humanity. And those who follow humanity need not follow religious trappings. Of course, respect them. We respect each one of your religions. We respect each one of your creeds, each one of your philosophies. But over and above that, please, humanity is, if earth peace is to herald the dawn of the new age, let us all realize that humanity is our uniting religion. Say after me, if earth peace, is to herald the dawn, of the new age. Everybody say it. Let us all realize, humanity, our uniting religion. Breath, our uniting prayer. And consciousness, our uniting God. Close your eyes. Inhale and see how you feel about it. Inhale love, hold love, and exhale love for earth peace. Inhale love for self peace, hold love, exhale love for earth peace. Inhale love for self peace, hold, exhale love for earth peace. Inhale for self peace, hold, let it mix with every atom of your being, and exhale love for earth peace. Okay, open your eyes. So here we are on the same platform, on the same page, with a clean slate, that we are human beings, we breathe, and we have a divine essence within us, a consciousness. It's very basic. That's all we need. That's all we need to find our Divine Indweller, to find the God within us. That's all. We must live with awareness. And this is the message I bring from the Himalayan Yogis. This is a lifestyle. It's a way of life. And this lifestyle of yoga, which I am going to teach you and empower you tomorrow into the science of Kriya Yoga, will see you through. Your bridge shall not break. The rainbow bridge between humanity and divinity is the science of Kriya Yoga. It is not a cult, no creed, it is totally non-denominational. It contradicts no religion, faith or creed, but complements all. It contradicts none of your lifestyle, but helps you do what you're already doing better. And for this, practice and see for yourself. That's what I'm going to give you tomorrow. This practice, it is a pathway to peace and self-realization. The practice of this yoga is a simple spinal breathing, where you focus your consciousness, your soul consciousness, you focus it in your spine and you do spinal breathing. And you will be, if you practice, one of the known heroes of humanity, victor of death. Be breath enthralled. If you're enthralled in your breath. Now, what does this science of Kriya Yoga do? What does it do exactly? And why should I, leave my prayer and my Christianity or my namaz of Islam and practice Kriya Yoga? No, I'm not saying leave it. Do it. Follow your own faith. Do what you like. Do what you think is life. But listen to me as well. Over and above what you do, practice this scientific technique, because I will tell you that your body, every body here is carbon based. Your physical body is carbon based. It's made of carbon, the atoms and molecules of carbons. Now, everybody here I see is going into veganism, vegetarianism, Caesar salad, not with the blue dressing, but the Italian dressing, because it has less weight in it, no blue cheese. So they are very, very particular, especially the ladies. The men are a little careless, but the ladies lead them on with the super health diet. So you ask the ladies, they say, what are you doing? We are detoxing. They're always detoxing. But they say, Yogi, your face is shining and you look pretty, you've got a white beard and a young face and a white beard, how come? So how's your face so young and your beard so white? I said, I also detox. So that time that lady who asked me this question was in Hawaii, and she was saying, I'm very, very interested. But she was having a sole repair. She was mending her soles of her feet and her toenails and all that. She was in the spa and had her feet, and she was getting her feet pampered, whatever you call that. Okay? Now, a pedicure. So I said for 10 minutes it carried on, 20 minutes it carried on, half an hour, 45 minutes, 1 hour. So then I couldn't control myself, and I went up to this great lady. I said, if she's spending so much time on her feet, how much time she must be spending on her head? She seems to have more in her feet than in her head. So anyway, I kept my opinions to myself, and I told her one thing. I said, look, madam, I'd like to tell you one thing. It's a very simple scientific thing. I said, if you spent half the time you spend on your souls, on your soul, you would be liberated by now. So she said, what do you mean? I said, exactly what I'm saying. You have pampered the soles of your feet for 1 hour plus. Getting it scrubbed and dubbed and rose water and this and cactus juice and mango juice and almond paste and whatnot and all. I learnt a lot when I come here to America. I learn a lot of these things, all detox material, and it's terrific. So I also enjoy some of these things. So I said, look, if you meditate on your inner consciousness, on your soul, for even half an hour every day, with such passion that you are curing or pedicuring your feet, you will definitely get to a deep state of realization. So she got very interested and she started questioning, and then later on she came and took the Kriya Yoga, and she's progressing well. She's still practicing. And all those little aches and pains, and she said, I don't go to the spa, but my friends tell me that my face is glowing. So I said, madam, tell your friends I didn't mean to put them out of business. but they can carry on their spa. But if you detox your body regularly, if you're breathing O3 in your spine, there's an atomic explosion which takes place in the spine, and you are breathing the long breath. If you notice that the slower the person breathes, the longer he lives. If you see a human being, he lives for 60 to 80 years. He's breathing about what? 30 times or 22 times per minute. I don't know, whatever it is. He breathes 21,600 times in 24 hours. So he lives for 60 to 80 years. If you see an elephant is breathing only 16 times, he lives well over 100 years, the elephant, unless it's killed by accident. Well over 100 years. Then if you see a giant tortoise or turtle, he breathes 4 breaths a minute, and we've known to have turtles which are living for 400 years. Am I right? Turtles have, so the observation of the yogis was to slow the breath and lengthen the life. But as you slow the breath, it cuts through the carbon, the toxins, the negativity of the mind. Simple breathing, breathing with awareness, dissolves emotional suffering. It alleviates mental stress. It soothes the nerves and calms the mind. This you will practice and see for yourself. It's a science. The human heart is doing about 18 to 20 tons of work with the blood every 24 hours, which is a great strain on the heart and the system. Now, if by superior means of lengthened breathing, I oxygenate my cells, my body cells, and keep them in a spiritually magnetized condition, all my alveoli are fresh and full of oxygen. Normally we are breathing with how much percent of our lungs? 16%, 20%, 30%, 40% athletes, 60 to 70%, 80% even. But the normal person using 17 to 25%. He never breathes deeply. So I wanted to remind the people in America that it was not Jane Fonda who started the aerobic system of breathing. 10,000 years ago, we people knew about the science of pranayam, and we also knew of the science of chittai. Chittai means the life force energy, which the Chinese reversed and made Tai Chi. Chittai. I know by now you know everything is coming from India. It's a beacon of light to the world. It so happened. Like other countries have their specialities. One has politics, America has business, Germany has mechanics. They are all expert. So India has spirituality as its bent mind. So when you breathe longer, your body is filled with oxygen and your cells are kept in a spiritually magnetized condition. And therefore the pumping of the heart is slower. From 18 tons to 14 tons to 6 tons to 3 tons work to 1 ton to 300 pounds. And when you still the heart and are in a spiritually magnetized condition of samadhi, the blissful state of expanded consciousness, your heart is still. You need not breathe, the pulse is not beating, the heart is not beating, because you have enough reservoir of life force within you to rest the heart and yet live on. That's called samadhi, the state of samadhi, the state of trance, which is the true yoga. Yoga is not putting your feet on your head. That is just physical postures. The true yoga has samadhi. Obviously, Satori and all these Zen and all are a small portion. It trickled from India and went to Japan and China. And that you think to be the true meditation, but the true meditation is yoga. Now when you oxygenate your body and fulfill it, you get longevity of life. And a constant breathing also detoxifies the body, alleviates emotional suffering, decreases and dissolves stress. of the day-to-day life, resulting in a still mind. And when the ripples of thought in your mind's lake are still, then only you can see the moon of your delight. The moon of your delight is what? Your soul, your divine indweller, the Christ within, the Krishna within, the Babaji within. That is the main thing. So you have to practice this technique, and every day. You need not be a believer in God. You need not be a non-believer in God. You can practice it scientifically and still get the results. You will be you, but you will be pure. Your aura, your radiance shall shine. And those of you, many of you who have come here, all those who have come here, you have already crossed the first stage because you have come here. Otherwise, who's going to come and listen to a madman? We have so many things here. We have the beach, we have Disneyland, we have the best of scotches and wines and figures and frieze and trees and a holiday resort. And why should they spend time? Because you are evolved, you want something deeper. You've had enough of the superfluous things of life. And then you say to yourself, never take things by the outward show. Although I know America is all about packaging, I agree. He says, never take things by the outward show, for the feather flies high, but the pearl lies low. This is important. And I have explained to you now basically the science of Kriya Yoga, and I will be teaching this tomorrow. The Kriya Yoga is, of course, to be practiced. It's a scientific technique. All great masters have practiced to this or that effect the science of breath.